Hello and welcome back to John's Comics with Kids. I am John and you are here for another episode of the Pull List. This is the show where I tell you what I'm picking up, why I'm picking it up, maybe give you a chance to think about picking it up for yourself. And hopefully it's a show where you drop me a comment telling me what I'm missing and what you think. If that sounds great, stick around to find out what's coming out on October 14th. That is right, we are back for another pull list, and I'm starting off here with Marvel on the books that I'm picking up from them this week. You know that I'm a big Marvel guy. You know that I'm reading 10 of Swords, and I'm getting all the issues. There are 3, count them, 3 dropping off this week, which means we're going to get parts 3, 4, and 5 in the 10 of Swords storyline. Sadly this week, not many of these are books that I was already picking up, so I'm broadening my pull list for the first time this week, but let's get it all kicked off with Hellions issue 5. This is my first time reading Hellions. I've never been a fan of this storyline so far because I've never really given it a shot. So this will be my first time trying it out. There's a B cover with Mr. Sinister that I think is really awesome. There's a lot of cool covers as usual. I think there's even some Momoko stuff going on here, some Psylocke stuff. I also think a lot of people tell me that they love the Timeless variants, those Alex Ross covers that are gorgeous, but usually a little expensive for me, so I usually am skipping them. For those that can find them at a great price, yeah, they are absolutely beautiful. The Storm one in particular is gorgeous. I think they're doing a Phoenix cover for this Hellions issue 5. So I'm definitely getting that. Next up would be New Mutants issue 13. There are also Timeless variant covers for this one. This is the Colossus cover. Really, really great. I am going to go with, if I can find it, the B cover. I think that's the cover for me. There is a Momoko as well for this book. Lots of great covers. Never read New Mutants Beyond issue 1, so this is a chance for me to give it a shot. I'm a big Magic fan. I'm hoping she's got something going on in this issue. She definitely dominates the covers. Lastly, the third book in the 10 of Swords this week is Cable issue 6. A bunch of my friends, Jennifer and Dan over there at the Comic Chop News and Comic Books Will Break Your Heart, telling me Cable is really, really good. So I'm excited to give it a shot. This is issue 6, and there is the B cover yet again that I am going for. I think is really cool. There's a lot of fun covers going on for this storyline, so you can get a lot of choices. Hopefully you've got one you like. Let me know if there's one that you think is the best. But that covers me for Marvel for the most part. Definitely getting those 3. Now, there is a 10 of Swords Handbook dropping. I don't know if I'm going to pick that up. It's interesting. I gotta have to look at it. $5 just for them to tell me that all the stuff that I already know? That's a tough sale. So I will look at it, but it's definitely on the yellow light list. It's not a guaranteed pickup. It's not a green light book. But that is it for me for 10 of Swords and Marvel this week. So let's jump over to DC. I got 2 books over there at DC, both of them by Tom King. I am a fan. I like Tom King's work. I even don't hate his Batman, although I think it's pretty uneven. I'm going to definitely be getting issue 6 of Strange Adventures. I think he and Mitch Gerrits do really great miniseries, and I've been enjoying this one so far. Less of the PTSD kind of stuff, more of the truth versus a narrative fiction kind of that people tell sometimes. So this is an interesting dissection of those two things. They've been doing great covers, sort of A and B that mirror each other and give you those sort of truth versus fiction covers. So I'm definitely going to be getting one of those. I'll probably get the one that's usually the truth versus the fiction, but I'll just depend on the moment looking at both covers and making a pick. They are also dropping a new #1 that I gotta recommend that people give it a shot. They're doing Rorschach #1. At least Tom King is. Sorry. Because it's Jorge Fornes, I think, doing the artwork. I'm not familiar with him. But it's Tom King writing a Rorschach #1. I'm in. I'm just guaranteed again. There's a ton of covers. You'll find a lot of choices to pick from. I'm going with the cover A. It's a really great cover. But here's another one that you could also check out that I think is pretty cool. But yeah, there's a ton. You can look and find a bunch. If you like Rorschach at all, if you like that kind of gritty crime noir stuff, and Tom King, it might be worth a shot. So those are my 2 DC books. Let's see. Are there any good indies this week? All right, you know me, I'm a big Boom Studios fan, and there is a Boom Studios book that I'm picking up this week. That is Once and Future issue 12. If you watch the Comic Tom channel, you know that I was trying to convince Fire Guy Ryan to give this book a shot. It didn't seem to be his cup of tea. I do love the comedy of it, and I think that it's beautifully drawn. So yeah, Once and Future 12. It's been on the pull list since the beginning. So that is a book that I'm definitely going to be grabbing. Now, Image has a #1 called Commander in Crisis that I have known nothing about. So I'll give a yellow light to that issue #1 from Image. I usually like to check out what they're doing, and it's possible this could be something fun for a book club discussion with my man White Whale Comics on Wednesday. So I'm going to give that one a look and see if it's worth greenlighting and pulling home to read for book club. So those two definitely are books to be looking at. But let's jump over to Mad Cave. Shout out to my man Dylan's Comics who hooked me up because I didn't get a chance to read Stargazer issue #1 from Mad Cave. I really liked it. A fun alien abduction comic book. Issue #2 is dropping, so I'm definitely adding that to the pull list for the foreseeable future. Give that one a little bit of a longer run and see what they can do. I think it's got a fun, creepy quality to it. Good drama between the characters. I'm curious to see what they can do in a longer form. So that is Stargazer issue 2. Also from Mad Cave, they've got issue 1 of a story called Villainous. I might glance at that and take a look and see what it is. Look, the cover had a lizard woman, and I'm kind of curious what that's all about. I might take a glance just to give it a shot. So that is it. 7 guaranteed green light pickups for me. A whole bunch of yellow light possibilities. I'm trying to keep my pull list small so that I can afford to try out some new books. I'm hoping to get out of the shop with fewer than 10 books. That would be my goal. I would love to be in that 8 range, but we'll see if that handbook or some of those hot #1s from those indie publishers maybe swing to the other side. Let me know in the comments, as always, what you're getting that I missed. Let me know if you like any things I'm grabbing or if you think I'm just off the wall. I love hearing your comments. A lot of times that stuff leads me to try out a new book, and then who knows, it might become a new hot addition to the pull list. Thanks for hanging out, and tune in next Thursday when I'm going to drop another one of these.